Hello, this is Young Family Taiji traditional form, and we are on section 1. Our new move today is going to be hand strum salute. But first, what we're going to do as a warm-up is to review everything from the beginning to our last class. So I'm going to turn around and I'm going to go the same direction as you and call the form, okay? So, feet shoulders width apart, head up, hips down, hands by your side, relax. Prepare. Open it. Rotate your arms, raise to shoulder level, and press down almost to the bottom. Grasp the bird's tail, ward off left. Shift left, turn right, all the weight on the right, step and close, turn and shift weight. Ward off right, shift right, turn the left foot to the corner, pull left, ward off down right, pull in the right foot, step and close, shift and separate. Roll back. Turn the arms and the waist to the corner. Shift back and turn to the other corner. Press, pull in the right, attach the left, and expand forward. Push, square up your shoulders, flatten your hands, come back over a ball, hands in front of your chest, and press to shoulder level. Single whip. Flatten your hands. Pull and turn all the way around. Press down. Release the left foot. Ward off with the left. Hook hand with the right. Standing ward off. Step. Deflect and strike. Raise hands and step forward. Shift right. Turn the left toe to the corner. Push off the ball of the right foot as you circle your arms. Root the right heel, close, and shift 30% to the front. White crane spreads its wings. Rotate your arms. Pull down all the weight in the back. Circle your arms. Step and close. Turn. Step and open. Left brush knee. Rotate your hands. Swing. Step. Brush. Strike. How did that feel? Hi, Rima. So, do you remember any of the sthana from what you learned before?
Well, I can say that I do. The version that I learned, I think it's kind of similar. It's not, I'm doing it faster, but it's not, it's not exactly the same. It's very similar, but it's not exactly the same. And so I'm trying to, get how it's different,
Yes. Okay. So, yeah, we'll just have to work on that. And which parts do you feel are the most different?
I'm not sure yet. I mean, but there were parts that I was like, it just doesn't feel the same. But I can't, I have trouble remembering exactly where were they. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'll have to watch his video and see and practice on my
Yes.
own.
Okay. How about you, Rima? What would you like to work on any of the previous things?
I mean, I think I'm okay. I haven't done some other version of this, so. I mean, different teachers have slightly different styles, but it's just a matter of emphasizing things or explaining them differently. You're all doing it pretty much the same way.
Okay. All right. In that case, let's work on the last move we learned, which was left brush knee. So so Donna, my guess is what you know. You said you learned at 108. I was going to say you learned at 24, but
I did originally learn the 24, but then I just learned the 108 after that, but I didn't learn the whole thing.
Okay. Well, let's work on left brush knee, and then if you think of other things where you would like to work on, let me know. Okay.
Thank you.
So left brush knee comes the first time after white crane spreads its wings. So the right hand is up. We have a ball touch empty stance, left foot forward, and we rotate the hands so that the left hand is facing the right side and the right hand is facing you. Then we swing right down, left up, and at the end, step for a bow stance. Then sweep with the right and sweep with the left, and right hand comes to the shoulder as the left foot goes flat on the ground. Then shift weight and right hand forward for a strike and left hand rest down. It's the resting spot. So for the strike, the energy point is at the heel of the hand. So that's why instead of being like this, you're a little slanted because you're exposing the heel of the hand as the energy point. Okay. So if I'm doing it toward you, I'm in an empty stance, ball touch. I'm rotating my hand, right hand facing me, left hand facing the other side. Swing right down, left up, step when I get to the end. As I flatten my foot, right hand comes to the shoulder, left hand sweeps the table, and then transfer weight and strike. So the right hand makes a big circle, and essentially what you're doing is I am starting here, and I'm going to end up with my palm out facing that corner. And how do I get to the corner? If I were just to swing my hand, I would only get here. I have to turn my waist in order to get to that corner. So it involves a waist turn as well. Okay, so if I'm here and I'm swinging, I just get this far. But if I am swinging to the corner, I turn my waist and I can get farther, right? Now, one of the things you have to remember though, is that we have a body shape where if you think of a circle, you have a concave chest shape. And the reason is that you want your energy to go from your feet through your legs, directed by your waist, up your spine, and it comes out your hands. In order for it to come out your hands, you have to have the rounded, stretchy shape so that the energy can come out your spine into your fingers. So what that means is that you have to keep your shoulders and elbows down, and you have to stay open and keep this relatively concave shape. And what that means is we don't want this. You don't want to stick your chest out. Okay, so if you're swinging out and you don't turn your waist, the only way you can get to that corner is to stick your chest out, right? So in order to avoid that, turn your waist. And that way you can get your hand out to the corner. Okay? And in line with that, the left hand also has a rounded shape. So when you started here and you look at the left hand, it's coming down. So if you look at it from the side, here, down. So I have this shape here, right? I have this distance here. I'm not collapsed, right? I have to have springy energy. So I want to keep both circles open. So I have my little circle on the left and my big circle on the right. So I'm swinging down and up. And this deflect can be used not only for an attack with, when someone attacks you with their arms, it also works as a deflection for a kick. So that's why it's so big.
You might have just explained something that never made sense to me. You kept
Yes.
saying that you can't take your arm back without turning, and I don't know whether you can't really see in this picture whether this is normal, but I can leave my entire body still. I don't feel like I'm putting my chest out, and that arm can go back no problem without me moving.
But you are raising your shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you want is you want to relax your shoulders and your elbows.
Oh, okay.
So they're down. See, what happens is that's also the reason why you turn your elbow. See, when you're here, I'm turning my elbow to raise it. Because if I did not turn my elbow, I would have to come up here. So when you swing back, you may not be aware of it, but you're turning your elbow down. Otherwise, your shoulder would be up here. You see what I'm saying?
I guess a little bit. Okay, so
So naturally, you can turn easily to your side. And for most people, if they want to get to the back corner, doing exactly the same motion by turning their waist, they get to that back corner in exactly the same motion. Your arm moves exactly the same way, but you are turning to the back corner by turning your waist. So the coordination here is you have a big circle on the right, you have a small circle on the left, and you step at the end. So if you start here, you turn in order to prepare your hands for the swing. Then you have one up, one down, step at the end. So your step is shoulder width apart. You started with an empty stance, which is one line, two sides. And what you're going to do is you're going to just widen your stance by putting your heel down. Okay, when I say step, it means put your heel down. Okay, it does not mean you put weight on it yet. Okay, so when I'm here, I'm swinging and stepping. Then as I move my arms next, I flatten my foot here. Okay, my foot is now flat. Then I'm shifting weight for the strike. So that the part that's mildly confusing here is that this is left brush knee, but the big move is with the right arm. Okay, so you're here, you turn your hands, swing, step, brush, strike. So what you want to do is you want your strike to come straight out from your shoulder. So you're going to swing, your hand comes to your shoulder, and you're going to strike straight from your shoulder. Okay, you're here. Out. So turn, swing, step, strike.
I don't know if that's
Okay.
right. That's how I do it, but it might not be right.
Make your left hand bigger. Okay, you started here. Let's just work on the left hand. Look at the left hand. Your left hand started here.
Okay.
Okay, then you're going to turn it. Then you're going to press down. Okay, so you started here, you're going to turn it, you're going to press down, then you're going to wipe the table all the way out, and then come back where you started. So turn your hand, come up, press down, wipe the table, and come back where you started. So your starting position is the same as opening. Remember, when you open, you have your hands almost to the bottom and pretty much parallel to the floor. That's your opening position for, or your ending position for white crane. And then you turn, step, brush, strike. So if you smooth it all out, doing it in the direction you would be doing it, it would look like this. Turn, swing, step, brush, strike. So once your hand comes here and you step, your weight is constantly moving forward. So here, turn, swing, step. I flatten my foot and continue moving my weight forward.
Rita,
Yes.
at the end, I keep ending up with my, like, my knee, my weight is too far over to the left, and my knee is beyond my foot. But I see
Okay.
when you
Your weight, your knee should not be beyond your foot.
But how do I avoid that? I keep looking down and seeing it, and then like correcting back, but I keep ending up over there.
Okay, so when you're here in the beginning position, when you're at an empty stand, I am still slanted from my hip to the nape of my neck, right? My weight is in the middle between my feet. When I step out, I am not stepping out any further forward. I am only stepping wider. So I am here. When I step out on my heel and it's just wider. Then when I come forward, I'm shifting weight. And how am I shifting weight? I'm shifting weight by using my torso. When at the end of a bow stance, you can see my torso is at a line from the nape of my neck to the heel of my foot, right? Whereas when I had an empty stance, here, my slant is only from my hips, right? It's not from the base of my foot. So when I step out, I'm stepping out to shoulder width apart, and I'm shifting weight so that I'm essentially, how do I shift weight? I shift weight by straightening out my back leg. That's how I shift weight. Okay, my torso position from the empty stance and the bow stance are approximately the same. The difference is that with the bow stance, because I straightened my leg, more weight is transferred toward the front. That's how I get the 60-40, right? If I were in an empty stance, I'm at 70-30. 70% of my weight is in the back and only 30% is in the front. But my slant is only from my hips. When I step out to my heel and transfer weight forward, I'm straightening the back leg, and that's how 60% gets to the front. Does that help?
Somehow when I did it with you just now, I did end up with my weight in the middle. So it must be, I don't know what I'm usually doing, but it's something else. It feels different. It must be the way that I'm transferring the weight at the end.
Yeah, you have to transfer your weight. Well, if you transfer it evenly, it usually helps. And if you watch your orientation. So if I'm at empty stance, I'm one line, two sides. When I go to a bow stance, I'm stepping out heel first, and then I'm shifting weight. Now the trick is when you're shifting weight, you are pushing off the back leg. Therefore, you are straightening the back leg. But you have to be careful that your knees are always in line with your toes. So if your knees are not in line with your toes, your stance will be askew. And I know it's harder for you because you're so mobile. You know, most people are limited, so they don't, you know, they have a natural limit, which you don't have. So you'll just have to watch it, you know, like do it in front of a mirror or something in order to see where your position is.
I think maybe thinking about moving my weight forward instead of the other option, even if I'm pushing off of my back leg, is to go sideways.
Don't go sideways. Think of it this way. Your energy is pushing off the back leg, okay? But where is it pushing to? It's pushing your knee toward your toe, your front leg toward your front toe, but not past your front toe.
Might it be a little bit on the inside of the front toe?
Well, what do you mean? Your knee is in the direction of the front toe, but not past your front toe. So if you think of this as your foot, if this is your foot, you want your knee to be where the toes end.
I see, but you don't want it on the inside of the toe either. It shouldn't.
No, you want your whole foot to be on the ground. Not on the outside edge, not on the inside. You want your entire foot to be on the ground. So once you step out, as you transfer weight, your knee moves in front of your toe, and as you're straightening out your back foot, your back knee retains its orientation toward its toes. So you do not collapse your back knee. Okay, don't do that. You're going to push off, retaining the orientation in both legs in the direction of the toes.
Does the back leg go completely straight? Do you like lock your knee?
Not really, no. You never really lock your knees. It just looks straight.
Okay, yeah, no, I get that. Okay.
Okay, so if I'm here and I move here, it looks straight, but actually I still have some give. I could lock it more.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Thanks.
Okay, should we do it a couple more times? And then we'll move on to the next move. So this move is a really big move. The next move is a really small move. Okay. So from white crane, you're here. You rotate your hands. You swing, step, brush, and strike. One more time. Empty stance. Turn your hand. Swing one up, one down. Step, brush, strike.
Can we do it once with the move before it?
Yes. Okay. Let's do it from single whip. Okay. Single whip. I'm doing it in the direction you would be doing it. Okay. Raise hands and step forward. Shift right. Yes. I have tremendous feedback. Let's try it again. Okay. So single whip. Raise hand, step forward. Shift right. Turn the left toe to the corner. Push off the ball of the right foot as you circle your arms. Root the right heel. Turn and close. White crane spreads its wings. Turn your hands. Pull down. All the weight goes to the back. Circle your arms. Step and close. Turn. Step and open. Left brush knee. Turn your hands. Swing one up, one down. Step. Brush. Strike. Better? Okay, don't forget, when you strike, you are leaning forward. Okay, so just to show you that part. Okay, when I step, I'm stepping, brushing. When I strike, where is my energy coming from? When I transfer weight and lean forward. Can you see there's an angle from here to the heel of my foot? So don't be up here. You won't transfer any energy if you're up here. You have to be here. And being here means that you've got the 60% in the front. If you're up here, you don't have enough weight in the front. Okay? You have to be forward. So let's do that one more time from, higher heel. Let's do it one more time from single whip, okay? So from single whip, raise hands and step forward. Shift right. Turn the left foot to the corner. Push off the right ball. Circle your arms. Root the right heel. Turn and close. White crane spreads its wings. Turn your hands. Pull down. All your weight goes to the back. Circle your arms. Step and close. Turn. Step and open. Left brush knee. Turn your hands. Swing. Step. Brush. Strike. So one of the reasons why I wanted to go all the way back to single whip and revisit raise hands and step forward is our next move is going to be hand strums the lute. If you remember raise hands and step forward, I'm going to do it facing you. When we came back here, we circle, step, and close. So this is a split energy this way. Okay. Hand strums the lute is going to be split energy vertically. This was a horizontal split energy. Hand strums the lute is a vertical split energy. And the ending position is the mirror image of raised hands. So I'm going to show you the move first, and then we'll break it down, okay? So at the end of left brush knee, what you're going to do is you're going to yield forward, pull in the right foot, come back, pushing off the ball of the left, position your heel, and one up, one down. So your energy is this way instead of this way. And it's very small. And the reason I emphasize that is that the tendency is for people to do more than needs to be done. Okay, so if we look at the footwork first, and I'll do it toward you so you can see better. You're going from a bow stand. And what you're going to do is you're going to, when you yield forward, your weight shifts forward so that you can release the back foot and you can pull it in. So it's one line, two sides now. Then you're going to push off the front foot with the ball of the foot and change your footwork to the heel and then put 30% to the front. Okay, so once again, you're going from a bow stance. You're going to shift weight forward to release the back and then pull in the back so that you're one line, two sides. Then you're going to push off with the ball of the front foot and then change to heel touch and give me 30% on the front. Okay? Any questions on that one? So if you do it from the side, you can see that I was going from this slanted position, 60% in the front, and then essentially shifting the weight to the front so that I can pull in the back. Then I'm pushing off the ball of the front and then change the footwork and give me back that 30%, but in the heel instead of the ball where I started. Okay? The way the hands work is, I'll show it to you in the direction you would be doing it first. And then I will do it toward you so you can see a little differently. So when you're at the end of left brush knee, what you're going to do is you're going to yield forward. So when you yield forward, as you release the back foot, what happens is it's almost like you're reaching to shake somebody's hand. You are here and you turn like this. Then you're going to pull in the back foot. As you push off the front, you're going to change this hand to face that direction. Then, as you change your footwork, it's going to be one up, one down. So, doing it in your direction. If I'm here and I am at left brush knee, what I'm going to do is I'm going to yield forward. So it's like I'm going to shake your hand and pull in the back foot. Then as I push off the ball of the front foot, I'm going to change my left hand so that it faces that way. And I'm going to turn so that my shoulders are facing toward the corner. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to root the heel of the front foot and then one up, one down as I shift 30% to the front. Now, the reason I would like to emphasize that it's like raised hands is if you remember when you were doing raised hands and you looked at your hand position, your hands are on either side of your center line, your nose being your center line, right? And your hands are pretty much forward. And this hand faces the middle of the forearm of the front hand. And they are slightly seated. So when you came here, this was your final position. The thing that's hard for people learning hand strums the lute is that you are going to end up with the same in mirror image. So if I do it in this position, I'm going to yield forward. Can you see? It's the same thing, except it's mirror image, right? It's the left hand in front instead of the right hand. Now, this move is even smaller than raised hands because when you were doing raised hands, you had a big circle. You rooted and you had a pretty big turn when you were coming together, right? So the waist turn is horizontal. The reason this hand strums the lute is difficult is there is a waist turn, but the waist turn is vertical. So what happens is that when you yield forward and you come in, you turn, so your hand, your body is toward, your shoulders are toward the corner of your hand, is kind of in front of your chest. And then when you do your up and down, you root and do the up and down. The up and down is very small, and the waist turn is this. So it's this. It's not this. So this is a small movement, relatively speaking. And most people aren't used to making vertical waist turns. Okay, so you're doing this. And the problems that most students have with this is always that they're doing it too big. What do they want to do? What they want to do is they want to do more, a bigger movement, because they think, oh, I'm here. Let's say I'm here, and let's see, I'm here, and instead of doing this, they do this. They want to put more waste into it. And you should not do that, because by doing that, if I had another person, I could show you better. You release the pressure that you had to hold the person, and you are unable to do this split energy, this up-down split energy. So so don't turn your waist too much. So when you're here, you yield, you come in, you come back, and then when you put your 30%, you're here, okay? You do not turn your waist. It's just up and down. Just up and down. And not too much. It's not like this. It's only like this.
I don't find that I'm doing any sort of vertical waist turn. I'm not totally clear what that is.
Okay, so when you're here, you yield forward, you come in. So it's this. This is why I say it's a really small move. And you see, it's this.
So it's kind of sideways.
It's up and down. It's up and down. So here,
Okay, I'm looking for the waist turn. You said
so it's up and down. So you're used to seeing a waist turn going this way. That's a horizontal waist turn, right? This waist turn is up and down. So if you look at it sideways, it's like this. Can you see? It's up and down. It's not sideways. It's up and down. So that's why it's so small.
So that means you're already facing to the corner before you did the up and down.
Exactly. You are facing the corner already. So when you were doing raised hands, your turn put you to the corner. This one, when you're here, you're at the corner already here. When you change your footwork and you come up and down, you're facing the same, you stay facing straight ahead, but your waist is up and down as you turn here. You're not making any more left and right movement. It's all up and down. So when you look at it, it looks teeny, teeny, tiny.
is the waist turn actually kind of a pelvis tilt?
Sort of. Yes.
But your actual waist does not move up and down, not neither your shoulders. So it's only your arms which actually do the up and down, right? Or
No,
something else.
it's your spine that does the up and down. So it's this.
Okay. So it's a bit of the shoulders too, right? Right shoulder.
Well, yes,
Comes up a little bit.
your waist carries your shoulder through your spine. Yes. So let's do it again, okay? So I want to do it from single whip so that you can see the contrast between raised hands and hand strum salute. So if you're here and you shift weight right, turn the left foot to the corner, circle your arms as you push off the ball of the right foot, root the right heel, turn and close. Then white crane spreads its wings, pull down, circle, turn, open. Left brush knee, turn your hands, swing, step, brush, strike. Hand strum salute, yield forward, pull in the right foot. Push off the front foot, root, one up, one down. So you have to remember that even though this is really small, you still have the slant from your hips to your shoulders. So when you're here and you come in, you still have a slant, right? Even though it's only 30% in the front. So yeah. Okay. Okay. Any questions? Yes, Donna?
I don't think I have a slant. I
Okay.
watched that and I didn't.
Okay. So think of your hips and the bottom of your neck. Okay. Do you have a slant when you do a bow stance? Think of it
I
this
don't-
way. When you have a bow stance, okay, the back foot is 45 degrees, the front foot is shoulder width apart and forward. When you have 60% in the front, can you see I have a line from the back of my heel to my neck. When I have an empty stance, what I'm doing is I'm narrowing my stance, okay? So I'm one line, two sides, so I'm only here. And I have 70% of the weight in the back and 30% in the front. I still have a slant, but it's from here to here instead of from the base of my foot, right? It's here as opposed to a bow stance, which is further forward. So the slant from your hips to your neck is the same, but where your legs put your torso is different. And that's how you control the weight distribution. So if
Thank
you
you.
look, you know, you just have to look at a mirror and try it out, because it shows that there's actually very little difference between an empty stance and a bow stance. The main difference is the width apart and the weight distribution. And the weight distribution is controlled by the legs. The stance, the stride is the same. So you're stepping out the same distance. The only thing is, you're shifting of the weight. Okay?
Yes, thank you. That's it.
Do you have anybody else have any questions?
Thank you.
Practice, 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 guys. So thank you very much for coming to class. And I'll see you next week.
Thank you, Rita.
You.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.